Now, we'll leave inshallah the suckling for 2 weeks' time. Right. So I'm going to be now finishing the topic, but I want to be seeing your hands up if you know the following question. So first of all, I'm going to ask, right, the person is married to a woman whom she had a son from a different husband. No, don't put your hands up before I ask the question. Person, he is married to a woman, and that woman, she had a son from a different husband, which we call the Rabee. This Rabee married to a wife. Am I mahram to that wife? Again, assist me myself. I'm married to a woman. I am married to a woman. This woman, she had a son from a different husband. Okay? I'm married to this woman with intercourse, everything. Marriage, contract, intercourse. I married her. She's my wife. She had a son. The son is living with us. Okay? The son is living with us. If it was a daughter, I'm not allowed to marry her. We said the correct opinion, we're not allowed. But this is a son now. But this son is married to a wife, a woman, stranger. This wife of his, am I mahram to her? Am I perpetually haram onto her to marry her? Let's say that my Rabee divorced that woman. Am I allowed to marry her? Okay, put your hands up if you know. No guessing, please. Think. Before you answer it, please think. Okay? Before you answer the question, if my son, the real son from my married to a woman, even with the contract, and he divorces her, I'm not allowed to marry her. Remember that. But I'm talking about now, this is the son of my wife, whom I intercourse with her, and he is from a different father. He married to a woman, and he made intercourse with her. Then he divorced her. Am I allowed to marry her? Because if I'm allowed to marry her, then I'm not mahram to her anyway. So am I allowed to marry her? Yes or no? Put your hands up. Think. I think. Fadal Faisal.
Sheikh, absolutely you can marry her.
I like your confidence. 100%. I'm allowed to marry her. That's not this is not the wife of my son. He is the wife of a person who is to be happens to be the son of my wife. It is him only related, linked, not his wife. Not his wife. Okay. What about, if he had this person married to that wife and he brought a daughter, am I allowed to marry to the daughter of my Rabee, which is the son of my wife from another husband, with the correct opinion? I'm talking about the opinion which says that if I had a daughter from my wife from a different husband, if I made the intercourse with my wife, I'm not allowed to marry that daughter, even though she's not living with me. So let's say that this is the son of my wife from a different husband, and he married to that woman, whom we said I'm allowed to marry that wife of his if he divorces her. But now he brought a daughter from that marriage. Am I allowed to marry to the daughter of the son of my wife? Yes or no? Nah, no hands up. Okay.
Sheikh, can I answer?
Fadal.
It depends if you consummate the marriage.
I said, Ya Sheikh, let me repeat the question. You're not listening. I said the same example. I'm married to the wife. I'm to cause with her and everything. And the correct opinion says that if she had a daughter, I'm not allowed to marry her, even if she's not living with her. But let's say she had a son. Okay? That son married to that woman. And we said if that son dies or he divorces her, Ibrahim, he said, Faisal, sorry. He said, yeah, you could marry her. Of course, absolutely, you could marry that woman. Okay. Now I'm talking about they got married and they brought a daughter. Okay. Am I allowed to marry the daughter? Not to the wife of his after divorce, the daughter of that son of my wife from a different husband. Yes or no? Fadal.
You are not allowed.
You're not allowed. Yes, Abu Jabir. Yes, Abu Jabir. Unmute Abu Jabir. Because something wrong with your microphone.
Yes, yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I could hear you now.
I think he's not allowed to marry her because
Okay.
it's blood
Correct,
relation.
both of you. You're not allowed. Because we said, I'm not allowed to marry the daughter of my wife from a different husband as soon as I intercourse with my wife. And downwards, regardless how down. So the daughter of my wife, or the daughter of the son of my wife, and downwards. Okay? Wallahu ta'ala alam. طيب, now we'll open the door for the questions and answers. Priority goes to Woolwich or Greenwich. If you have Greenwich or Woolwich name there, it'll give you priority. If you haven't got Greenwich or Woolwich, we can't give you the priority. تفضل يا. No hands up, mashallah.
Jazakallah khairan, Shaykhana. A sister,
I've got only 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes.
sister from Woolwich is asking, how many suckles establish a relationship?
No, this we haven't really covered it. Inshallah, next time.
Okay, Sister Zohra, please go ahead. Jazakallah khairan, Shaykh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam tarakatuh.
My question is, if a woman marries a man and they have intercourse, her daughter from a previous marriage, he's not allowed to marry her, he becomes her mahram. What if the couple then divorce? Does he stay the mahram of this daughter from the previous marriage?
Okay, let's just the people answer you because we covered that. Okay, anybody want to answer this question of Sister Zohra? Please put your hands up. I want to see as many hands as possible. You could understand the question. Repeat the question, Sister Zohra. Well, only one hand.
Imagine I got married, but I have a daughter from a previous marriage.
Yeah.
She becomes my new husband becomes a mahram for my daughter.
Yeah.
What if I then divorce this man, this second marriage? Does my daughter from my first marriage does he still stay as a mahram for her?
Okay. Yes. I want please just 2 hands. It's not enough, Khwani. I want everybody who understand this question to put his hands up. If you don't, that means I understand that you didn't understand the whole class. Only 4 hands. I'm disappointed. Okay, the question of hers is just, I'm very disappointed. Please put your hands up if you understand the question. I mean, show me that you understood. Show me that I've covered it. Okay, I said this is talking about the perpetual prohibition. Perpetual prohibition. I talked about this 4. And I repeat them again. The wife of your son and up downwards, and the wife of your fathers and upwards, and the mother of your wife and upwards. And then we said the daughter of your wife and downwards. The daughter of your wife downwards. All of these are perpetual. So that means if I got married to a woman and intercourse with that woman, and she had a daughter from a different husband, and I divorced her, we said perpetual haram. So what is the answer, Ikhwani? Am I allowed to marry her or not? Come on, guys. Yalla, Sister Zohra, the question for you. What's the answer?
You're not allowed to marry her, but does that also mean that you remain her mahram? Would she have to put her hijab on if she ever came across you? Or does he stay the mahram?
Sister
for
Zohra,
life?
do you understand what's perpetual haram? I'm perpetually not allowed to marry her. That means I'm allowed to see her just like I see my daughter.
Okay, jazakallah khairan.
So perpetually muharram means I'm not allowed to marry her. That means she becomes like my daughter. I become like her father. Become like, do you understand? I'm her brother. Perpetually means forever. Khwani. Perpetual muharram. Okay, the answer for Nabil. Yes, ya Nabil? Yes, ya Nabil. تفضل يا نبيل. Nabil.
Yes. What was the question? Sorry, Sheikh.
The question, am I allowed to marry the daughter of my wife whom I've intercourse with her after I divorce my wife?
Never.
Never. Okay. So that means never. If it's never, is she allowed to uncover her hair in front of me?
Yes.
Okay. So when
Because
I'm
you're
perpetually,
perpetually
yes. Okay. Because I'm perpetually not allowed to marry a woman.
forever.
Yeah. That means I can see her hair, see her up to her hands of her wudu, her neck, just because I'm not allowed to marry her. So maybe I didn't really make explain it at the beginning that once you are perpetually muharram to somebody, you are just like, you know, her father.
Sheikh, you've explained very well. I can't.
Yeah, okay, alhamdulillah. But I was really worried. I didn't explain anything because only few hands here. And that question, I thought it was obvious. I thought maybe I didn't understand. I didn't really explain it very well.
No, Sheikh.
Jazakallah
I
khairan, sister
understood very
Nabil.
well. Barakallahu fikum.
Hayyakumullah, jazakumullah khair. طيب, anyway, inshallah, next time we will talk about the perpetual tahrim through the suckling. Because I do have a class in about 45 minutes, inshallah. So the question whom our brother Jazallah Khairan Ahmed asked me from a sister regarding how many sucklings, I will cover that. But if she is in desperate need, the correct opinion, 5 full sucklings. What does it mean 5 full sucklings? That means the baby has to suckle from the mother until he let go. It's not 5 suckling, 1, 2, 3, no, until he leaves. And then he goes another time, or after he sleeps, he wakes up and he then take a suckling and he let go. So it could be within 2-3 hours. It could be muhaldoy. It could be 5 days. 5 raba'at mushbi'at, 5 full sucklings, suckling to the full. Those will make it haram. And then we will talk about how the haram will take place, inshallah. Shahbaz, you got Shahbana's. Shahbaz, is it? Huh?
I think it's the sister Shabana.
Oh, I thought it was Shahbaz. I can't see it. تفضل يا شهبانة. Is that a question?
Please unmute yourself, sister, or if you want to type it, you can type it.
Oh, sorry, there's no question. I do apologize.
No problem. No. السلام عليكم وسبحانك اللهم بحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك جزاكم الله خيرا. We'll see you inshallah in about 45 minutes for a different class, which is Al-Adab al-Mufrad. بارك الله فيكم, Sister Zohra and everybody. السلام عليكم.